projects like this. I mean, it's not bad, it's not terrible, but what purpose does this serve? Next up on the projects that are not gonna sell, not trendy projects. I mean, this is a really good example of it solving a problem. So once again, hey friends, so let me guess. You found yourself clicking on this video for probably one of two reasons. Either one, you are currently a craft seller, but you're not seeing the sales that you saw before, or two, you want to become a craft seller. Either way, no matter what camp you live in, you are in the right place because today I'm going to talk to you about what is selling in 2025 and what is not. What is serving you as a business owner or a potential business owner and what is not. So there's going to be a lot of hard truths. There is going to be a lot of honesty in this video. So I hope you're ready. Let's buckle up and talk about what is and what is not selling in 2025. Starting out right off the bat, things that are not going to be selling in 2025, number one is going to be the obvious. If you are a craft seller, let's say you've been on Etsy for years at this point, and you still have listings that are from the year 2018 or 2019, what are you doing? It is time to refresh. It is now 2025, and as a business owner, you have to constantly be on the forefront of trends if you want to sell. Now, here is a hard truth that I really want you to listen in on. Even if you love the product that you create, it's not always about what we love if you are wanting to sell. If you are creating for yourself, absolutely create what you love. But if you want to be a seller and you want to sell your crafts, you have to be creating things that people are wanting to purchase. So that means if the farmhouse trend still has your heart, but people aren't buying, it's because it is no longer relevant and it is no longer trendy. While we're on that subject, let's go ahead and talk about some things that are no longer trendy that you shouldn't be selling. A couple things that come to mind immediately. Things that are labeled for obvious reasons. Let's think Ray Dunn a little bit. Now, Ray Dunn had its heyday and we loved it. And that was very relevant and very trendy when it first hit the scene. It is no longer trendy, it is no longer relevant, and it's no longer selling. So what you need to do is look at your products and critique them and ask yourself, is what I'm creating trendy and relevant, and are people gonna buy it? So once again, things that are labeled for obvious reasons, no longer trendy. Currently, unfortunately, cow print is on the decline. Succulents are currently on the decline. Anything with long verbiage on it, not really trendy. And I could keep going on, but just think about what you are seeing in actual stores today. That's what is trending and what is selling, because although you may not have a brick and mortar storefront, you are still a business or you want to become a craft business. So you have to keep an eye out on what other stores are selling, what retailers are selling, what is being purchased. And that's what you need to focus in your designs or your products around. The next thing that's not going to be a good seller for people who are creating or crafting is going to be crafts that take you too long to create. So when you are pricing your items, I want to break this down for you. When you're pricing your items, you have to price your items based on the cost of the materials that you have in there plus the time, and you have to account for your time because your time is money. So if the cost of material and the time that you take to create this craft is way much more than anyone would ever pay for it, that craft is not serving you and that is not going to be a sellable craft. One great example of a craft that I love to create but just does not make sense for me to try to sell it is doormats. If you've ever tried to DIY your own doormat, you know how long and how frustrating of a process it could be. That, in my opinion, although can be personalized, you can make them pretty much say whatever you want. and people purchase them because they are useful, it still does not mean that you should DIY it and try to sell it as a craft. So I want you to think about that. If you think it is a sellable craft, you have to look at how much time are you putting into it and what is the return on investment. And if the time you're putting in does not equal to the price that people are going to pay, then that, in my opinion, is definitely a craft that is not going to sell. Next up, crafts that are not going to sell are crafts that are poor quality. We have to make sure that when we are selling our crafts, we are putting the absolute best quality out there for our buyers. That's going to include digital downloads, even print on demand. Whatever you decide to sell, you have to make sure what you are putting out there and what you are sending your buyers is going to be top notch, because that's going to create repeat customers. So now let's switch it up and let's talk about things that are going to sell and what motivates people to purchase. So people are going to purchase for 3 main reasons. Number 1, it solves a problem. So someone is going to Etsy, going to a craft fair, they're looking for something specific that solves a problem, whether it is a gift for a loved one, something that is useful, it's going to solve a problem for them. Number 2, the second reason that people mainly buy is it makes life easier. So maybe it doesn't solve a problem for them, however, if it makes life easier, then they're going to be more apt to buy. And then the third main reason that people purchase is because it holds or has sentimental value. So personalized items, gifts that they can give to people, and so many other things like that are going to truly motivate people to buy. So with that being said, let's go ahead. I want to head in here and I want to show you some good examples of what is selling now and what's not really going to be selling. So I'm here in our storage area that we have some of the crafts and things that we've created, and I've pulled some things because I want to show you real life examples of things that are selling and things that just don't make sense to sell. So let's start with the things that don't make sense to sell. And I'm actually going to start with a really good one, and this one is something that I created. It is a beaded embroidery. Now, let's talk about this because beaded embroidery is so trendy right now, and I love the looks of a beaded embroidery project. But y'all, unless you are extremely proficient and fast at beaded embroidery, it takes so much time to create something that I would have to price this keychain at $35 or $40 for this thing. And I just don't think that there is a market out there for people that are going to purchase a $35 or $40 keychain. So that's what I mean by projects that take too much time. Although we love DIYing things like this, it just doesn't make sense to sell. In my opinion and in my brain, projects like this are going to be something that I complete because it is a labor of love, and I either want to do it for myself or I want to gift it to somebody because it is a labor of love, and it does take me a lot of time, and it would be very appreciated by someone that I gifted it to. However, like I said, I just don't think there's a market for $40 keychains. So in my opinion, this is a really good example, another good example other than doormats, of crafts that may just take too much time and the profit you're going to get out of it just doesn't make sense. Next up on the projects that are not going to sell, not trendy projects. I mean, Live, Laugh, Love was out in 2010, 2011. Once again, we just kind of made this as a funny for this video so that you all could see an example of, something that we definitely would have seen and purchased 10, 12, 15 years ago. It's not serving its purpose now, and it's not going to sell. So you need to really take a critical eye to your stuff, your crafts, your projects, your designs, whatever it may be, and ask yourself, is this relevant anymore? and sometimes it's not, and that's okay. That's when we learn to pivot and we learn to do something different and we learn to sell other things, which is why you are here. Now, with that being said, if you want to really learn how to pivot, you want to learn what needs to be in your shop, what doesn't need to be in your shop, you want to become a seller, I have something for you linked down below. I don't know if you've never been around our channel or if you have, we have a program called Passive Earner Society where we teach people how to create products that people want to purchase and how to sell on Etsy and how to create passive income that allows you to create a life that you want to live, create a life of freedom while still earning money with your creative genius. You all are obviously creative people. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. So if you're interested in learning more about Passive Earner Society, make sure you click that link down below. I promise you're definitely not going to regret it. Next up on products that are not going to sell, and this is my last one, and then we're going to move into products that I do think are going to sell, that serve a purpose, but the last one is going to be projects like this. I mean, it's not bad, it's not terrible, but what purpose does this serve? Yes, it is a countdown till Christmas, but in my opinion, something like this is definitely just a DIY. You do it for yourself. This is not really trendy. We just made it. We made it a couple years ago. This is something that we came up with, we made. Do I think it's ugly? No, not necessarily. It is a Dollar Tree craft, but you have to think of the quality like I talked about. You just have to think of the relevance of this, and this is definitely something similar. I'm not saying that that specific craft is not going to sell. You just have to look at all of your products and everything that you are selling craft-wise with that critical eye. And as a critic, I think I would love that myself. You may even see that sitting in your home, but the majority of people are not, and they're not going to purchase. So you really just have to think about things like that. So let's go ahead and talk about things that will sell and why they're going to sell. And let's start with something that is super inexpensive to recreate, and that is going to be cardstock gift card holders. Now, you can do this as a couple different ways. You could sell this template. If you have the design knowledge and you can create this, you could sell this as a digital download so that people can use their Cricut and cut it out themselves. Once again, this is a really good example of it solving a problem. So once again, either a digital download, or you can make this yourself and sell it. Trust me, you would not think that paper products would sell very well. I have a friend, her name is Ashley Falco, that she would say otherwise, because stuff like this sells like hotcakes because it is not super expensive, meaning you don't have a lot of overhead in it. You don't have a lot in the materials. It doesn't cost a lot to ship, and it's pretty inexpensive for people to purchase, and you still make a profit. I mean, and it serves a purpose. It allows them to have a really, really high level gift card holder that they can give, and they can just put their gift card in there for someone's birthday. So this is a great example of something that will sell. And then next up, birthday cake toppers. Once again, this makes life easier for people purchasing this. They only have to purchase one, and they can use this on their cake topper. They don't have to worry about it. But it serves a purpose. So party decor, wedding decor, all of those things that fall in those categories, huge sellers. It makes life easier for the people planning these events, and it solves a problem for them. They don't have to do it themselves. So anything birthday, wedding, or party related, huge sellers. Next up on the list, personalized items. Now, these are, you can see here, this is just a label that we created in Cricut and put it on just a regular bottle of wine, but look how professional. And with the capabilities of AI these days, you don't have to be a graphic designer to know how to recreate this. It really is a win-win for everyone. I'll let you all have a close-up of this one. This is, once again, a plate. We have it on like a little plate hanger back here. Once again, someone who purchases this, it makes life easier for them because they can purchase this for someone, and it holds sentimental value for the person that they are purchasing it for, whether it be for themselves or for a family member. So anything personalized like this is going to be a super, super hot seller. A couple more things that I think are going to be super hot sellers are going to be personalized apparel, whether that be hats, sweatshirts, t-shirts, whatever. It doesn't take a lot of designing to create personalized listings, but having those personalized items in your shop, especially with apparel, is really going to convert viewers into buyers. Now, another product that I want to talk to you guys about today that is very much on the rise is going to be digital downloads. So whether that is digital art that people can print off, digital journals that people can purchase and download and print themselves, and another one is going to be calendars. This is actually a digital calendar that we created. We did send it off to get printed so that we could see what it looks like. It turned out beautifully, but selling these digital downloads, like I said, whether it's digital art, journals, calendars, templates, so many different things, invitation templates are skyrocketing in the selling space, especially on Etsy, because think about it. You have created one digital template, whether it be digital art, a printable planner, journal, whatever, you've created it once. Different people are coming and purchasing over and over, and you're not having to do any extra work. So I know it may sound too good to be true, but trust me, we've done it, and I think you can too. So if you are ready to start seeing sales in 2025, whether that is in a current Etsy shop or you've not even started your Etsy shop, I think you need to make sure you click that link down below and check it out. Because within Passive Earner Society, what we are going to do is we are going to teach you and walk with you hand in hand, helping you either start your shop or go through your current shop and really take a look at what is working and what is not, and help you create that passive income that you've been looking for. If we can do it, so can you, and I can't wait to really help you and guide you through this process, because y'all, we're coming into the holiday season, and now is the time to jump in on the selling. You need to start selling today. So what are you waiting for? Click that link down below. And if you haven't already, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that bell notification so that you can be notified anytime we come out with new content. Thank you guys so much for being here. Once again, make sure you like this video and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.